This is Ms. Cooper. I want to continue giving you information from the PowerPoint. You have a study guide that you should have downloaded or was able to access on the Teams page on yesterday. I want to be sure that I continue to give you information from and commentary from that. The philosophers of industrialization. These two names are extremely important, Thomas Malthus and David Ricardo. Both of these gentlemen are going to support the hands-off, laissez-faire concept of capitalism, basically so that people can continue to get rich. The rich want to get richer, and in many cases, when the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. That typically happens. Capitalism, let's talk about that word by itself. It's a system of privately owned businesses seeking profits. Privately owned business. The difference between a business and a non-for-profit organization, the business seeks profit. The non-for-profit organization seeks to enhance or provide a needed service or even a good, a product for the community. And the goal is not to make profit. Now, a non-for-profit organization can and does make money, but the goal is not to have profit. The goal is to help the community. So very well-established non-for-profit organizations, such as the YMCA, they make millions and possibly billions of dollars a year. And but they do a lot of philanthropy. Philanthropy means to give out of your abundance. If you remember the name Andrew Carnegie, he was in your bell ringer. He was discussing how important it is for people who are very wealthy to give to the community and to not brag about your wealth. Andrew Carnegie, he's definitely a name that's going to show up on your quiz. And forgive me for this video skipping. It is my home computer and it's not as efficient as the other device that I'm using in the classroom. But David Ricardo, something important about him. He early on, he thought that there would be a group of people. It could be a race, it could be a gender, it could be a class. He didn't really specify in this PowerPoint, but that's a name that you could Google, David Ricardo. And he had this idea that there should always be this permanent class of people that are the laborers, are the people that work for very cheap. That's an interesting idea. But those two gentlemen were the philosophers of the Industrial Revolution, two of the main ones. Someone else that's important is that Samuel Slater character. Samuel Slater established the factory systems in the United States, starting with the textile mills. And remember really who worked in the textile, you have more women and children were working in the textile mills. And think about the connection between something else we talked about on last week. The idea that the textile mills become very popular and very productive is because of the new inventions. The spinning jenny, even Eli Whitney's cotton gin. And remember what textile is all about, cloth. So again, those inventions are connected directly to slavery, because in order to even have access to cotton, most of it in the United States particularly was grown in the southern United States, where slave labor was very serious.
To the north side, teachers want to remind you, please dismiss